Once upon a time, in a small village nestled between rolling green hills and winding rivers, lived a boy named Rahul. Rahul was known throughout the village, but not for his cleverness or his kindness. Instead, he was famous for something else: his laziness. From the time he was a little child, Rahul would find any excuse to avoid hard work. He would lie in bed long after the sun had risen, listening to the birds chirp outside his window, but never feeling the urge to get up and join the world in its daily bustle. While his friends fetched water from the well, helped their parents in the fields, or studied their lessons with determination, Rahul would dream away the hours, imagining a life of comfort and ease. He believed that someday, good fortune would simply fall into his lap without him having to lift a finger. His mother, however, worried about her son. She would often plead with him to help her in the kitchen or to sweep the courtyard, but Rahul would always find an excuse. "Mother," he would say, "what difference does one day make? I'll do it tomorrow." But as we all know, tomorrow never truly comes. Rahul's father was a hard-working farmer who rose with the dawn and returned home only when the sky turned a deep shade of indigo. He tried, time and again, to instill the value of hard work in his son. But Rahul's habits remained unchanged. The villagers would often shake their heads in disapproval, whispering, "That boy will never make something of himself." Yet Rahul paid no attention. He lived in his own world, convinced that life should be easy and effort was overrated. One day, the village chief announced that a great festival would soon be held in honor of the harvest. There would be games, music, and a grand feast. But the most exciting part was the contest. The chief declared, "We will hold a race to the top of Eagle Hill, and the winner will receive a special prize, a golden coin, and the respect of the entire village." This announcement sent a wave of excitement through the village. Boys and girls, young and old, began training for the big day. Rahul's friends, eager for the prize, urged him to join. "Come on, Rahul," they said. "You might surprise us all." But Rahul only laughed. "Why should I tire myself out for a coin?" he replied. "I'd rather enjoy the festival and the food." His friends shook their heads, disappointed but not surprised. As the festival approached, the village buzzed with activity. The villagers decorated their homes, prepared delicious dishes, and practiced for the race. One evening, as Rahul lounged beneath a banyan tree, he heard the gentle voice of his grandmother. She was wise, her face creased by the years, her eyes bright with understanding. She sat beside Rahul and placed a gentle hand on his shoulder. "My dear boy," she began, "do you know the story of the sleeping tiger?" Rahul shook his head, intrigued. His grandmother continued, "Once there was a tiger who believed he was the strongest in the jungle. But he slept all day, never hunting, never sharpening his claws. One day, when hunger came, he found he was too weak to run, too slow to catch his prey. The jungle, which once respected him, now pitied him. Do you see, Rahul? Strength and respect do not simply come to us. We must earn them." Rahul listened quietly, his heart touched by her words. That night he lay in bed, turning the story over and over in his mind. He wondered what it would feel like to be respected, to achieve something truly his own. For the first time, a spark of determination flickered inside him. The next morning, before the sun had fully risen, Rahul surprised his parents by waking early. He joined his father in the fields, his hands clumsy at first, but growing steadier with each passing hour. His mother watched in wonder as Rahul swept the courtyard and drew water from the well. His friends, too, noticed the change. At first, they teased him, but soon they cheered him on, happy to see their friend embracing a new path. Days turned into weeks, and the festival finally arrived. The entire village gathered at the foot of Eagle Hill. The chief raised his hand, and the race began. Boys and girls dashed forward, their feet pounding the earth, their hearts set on victory. Rahul ran too, his body straining, his breath coming in short gasps. There were moments when he wanted to give up, to return to his old ways. But he remembered his grandmother's story, and he pressed on. The climb was steep, the sun hot on his back, but Rahul pushed himself step by step, never once looking back. At last, with aching limbs and a pounding heart, he reached the top, just as the first rays of the morning sun bathed the hill in golden light. To his amazement, he was not the last to arrive. In fact, he was among the first. The chief smiled at Rahul, his eyes full of approval. "Well done, Rahul," he said. "You have proved yourself today, not just to us, but to yourself." The villagers cheered, and Rahul felt a warmth spread through his chest, a feeling he had never known before. He realized that the true reward was not the golden coin, but the respect he had earned and the pride he felt in himself. From that day forward, Rahul was a changed boy. He worked hard, helped others, and inspired his friends to do the same. The villagers no longer called him lazy. Instead, they spoke of his determination, his courage, and his willingness to change. Rahul learned that laziness is a habit, not a destiny. With a little effort, a little courage, and a willingness to try, anyone can overcome it. The journey was not easy, but it was worth every step. And so, Rahul's story became a lesson for all. No matter how deeply rooted your laziness may seem, you have the power within you to rise above it, to prove yourself, and to live a life filled with purpose and pride.